Welcome to JJ with Joy. Today I'm going to make frames and then we're going to decorate them. I've made these little collage stick wrap clusters, and the plan is to just make a bunch of frames. I don't know that I want to put these on all of them right now, but here's another one I did. Anyway, I just think they're pretty cute, sparkly, and you can put anything behind them or just put them in your Christmas journal as is. And I'm looking for my Christmas journal. It's missing. Oh my goodness, it is missing. Oh well, you guys know what journals look like. Anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm sorry, I'm doing kind of bright paper today, and I have this cute little cutter. I thought I would just do some small ones because they tend to fit in journals a little bit better. Let's get that out of the way. These are 6, so I'm gonna do 2 by 3 maybe. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, that looks like about half. Okay, 2 by 3. I might need to make, and this one I'm just going to make a little bit bigger. Whoops. This has a perforated cut on it, and I'm just going to cut along that perforated cut just to make it a little smoother. I think I got it just pretty much on target. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit, we'll do 2-inch on this as well. Sorry if I'm wiggling the camera. There we go. Now I'm using my frame punch board. This is, if you haven't used one, you pull these up to make them different widths of the border. You know, you pull them in if you want. So the second frame leaves this kind of border. I kind of like this kind of border, but just because I want the smaller ones here. And if you move this, you have to move this too, this board, and I'll show you how it works if you are not familiar with it. You punch and you flip your paper, and then you punch again, and then you flip. Sorry about my ugly little band-aid. My kitty cat got a hold of me accidentally. All right, so then this goes up there, and then you just cut along there. You be careful you don't get on the edges. You flip it up. See, it makes the cut for you. And sometimes it's not perfect, so I tend to just cut. Sometimes you have to go back and cut them again. I just rather cut these like this because they're a little more accurate than cutting the other. Now you can save, see how cute that is? You can save the, cut these like this, or just cut off this part. It makes kind of a unique, you can do whatever. Anyway, you can save those. That's the point. You can just save them. And then this makes a little pile under here, so you have to watch that that doesn't get too thick. But I'm going to do the smaller one again. I'm wondering, I like having Christmassy frames. Since this is the small one, I'm going to keep it on the same setting. Flip it over. Flip it over again. And then do this again. It's just kind of fun. And you can pull them off on the edge here. It's just, see, the little one, I'm not going to do it because it's so thin that it's pulling it away from the bar, and then it causes an issue. Now this goes in this little cut here, and then the sharp goes on the other side. And you can feel how it goes. And then this little container is just to hold it. Keep it for you. Nice and handy dandy. And of course, if you do get these off a little bit, you can see, like right here, sometimes it doesn't cut perfect. You might have to go back in and edit that by cutting it straight. So remember the tip with the scissors if you're using this to keep your edge up against here. This like flat against there. That's your tip with that. Okay, I'm going to move these back out one because I like the thicker frame. And then, of course, I have to move this one back one in order for it to cut properly. And you can, if you want like a Polaroid type thing, you can move one up and one, put one close here and one close there. Let's do it just for fun. Why not? I'm going to put it up there. See what we get. It's fun. You just play with it. There we go. And then I'm going to move it back to do the other side because we want to keep it Polaroid-like, They always have a little bit thicker border on one side than they do on the other. So when we cut it, we need to have it. Wait a minute. I think we need to move it. No, we don't. It was back where it was. I can't see on top of here, guys. Let me move that out of the way so we both can see. See, this one isn't going to cut it right. That's way too far. See where that is? But this one looks like it's not right either. So, isn't that interesting? Yeah, that's. I'm not going to trust it. It does not look right to me. So I'm going to just use my scissors to cut it off. And I got it wrong. I can't do it left. I can't do it from the left. I just can't. But anyway, there you would have like a Polaroid. So you could put a label on the bottom. Just a little bit of fun. I think it needs to come out a little bit though. I'm going to change it. Pull it back in a little bit here. I'll see if I screw it up. I might. You never know. And I need to move this one back up if I'm going to do this. If you want it a little thinner, then that's what you would do. Let's see. And the thinner your paper is, you might be careful because you can like pucker it up against the edge while you're trying to do it, and then you would have something wrong. Okay, I like that better because it's a little thinner. I think that looks pretty good. This really does look like a Polaroid. It's nice. And then you can round your corners, make it better. Whoops. My reporter rounder's too far. No. I'm going to do this over trash to my right. And I think that some of the Polaroids were a little different. I like that. That's cute. Okay. Don't let it get too thick under here. Get some of those in the trash if you can figure out something to do with those. Don't forget to move these back wherever you want them. I do like the thicker. Oops. I like the... you can't do two at a time because they're too thick. Paper's too thick. It's kind of hard to punch through this paper here, honestly, because this is oh, did I move that? Oh, I must have. Hold on. I moved one side. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, the next one we'll put there. See, I did do it different. I'm just going to cut that up. I don't feel like, okay, I guess it did. So longer on a couple of sides. If you don't like it, you can cut it off. But I kind of screwed it up when I did it there because I didn't choose the side. And the last one, and then we're going to decorate them for fun. Well, I need to move that back. Look at this to make sure this matches before you do it, or you'll have trouble. And you know, see, it kind of gets a little, there's been a few times I've cut through my paper because you get the momentum and you just keep cutting. So you got to be careful that you're not doing that. And this one wanted to kind of hang on the edge for me a little bit. Oops, oops, oops. And some of these, like this one, this would be so cute to add a couple brads here and then add a little, you know, something else on there. So I'm saving that for that. All right, let's get decorating. See what we can find. Get rid of some of this trash around here. Let me see what I got. I've got lots and lots of little pieces. Let me get this out of the way. Pardon me. All right, let's move up. Let's move some stuff up here. Oh man, I've just got a pile. You guys have no idea. So with gold, I might save that little. I don't know if the gold and the gold, by the time you get it layered, is going to be too much. But, and I feel like the gold calls for a lot of sparkle, you know, like something that's going to go kaboom boom. You don't want it to be like thicker than the world. Here's a little piece of this, which doesn't match with that, so we need something. And then I like the little green. And I'm just using scraps that are hanging around on my desk. We want to see each layer. And I don't necessarily want to see that little piece there. That's kind of cute, just like that, isn't it? What I might do is I'm going to sew right down the middle. Might be a little much right there. Let me get that little bottom edge off. All right, I'm just going to go to the sewing machine and sew this little edge right down the middle. Whoops, I got my stuff in my way. It's a working room, that's for sure. Hang on, it moved on me. See how cute that is on that frame. And if you, well, if I would have noticed that, so this one has a side that doesn't quite match up, but if you screw up that edge, then you certainly can add on more. Now, I don't like the threads on these because they are intended to be kind of purty, you know, bright. It's morning. Can you tell my voice is grumbly? Huh. I'm trying to be quiet because my honey's napping. Okay, so then you figure out what you want to add. Do you want to add a button? or do you want to add something else? I might leave it so it actually has something that goes with the project later. So I'm just going to do it like that for now. Let's grab something else. This is kind of pretty. I might use that. How about a little green? I don't know, the stripes, does that go against it? I kind of like that. Oh, it has silver in it. I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice that on that one. Ooh, I love this one. That's a pretty base. I don't want the fluffies to hang off. Hang on, get rid of those. And you can go across this way if you would rather, whichever you like, you know. Why not? Oops, it doesn't speak Christmas 100%, but you never know. Ooh, how about that? I just love playing with scraps. They're a lot of fun just to play with scraps. Okay, I do want a little more red to pop on this one. So it might be too much red. We'll see. No, maybe not. Since this is so thin, I'm just going to sew this part together and then come back and glue it down. So give me a second. And it wants to come from underneath. So hang on. Okay, there we go. Oh, I like that. Isn't that cute? And let me get rid of the strings. Whoop. That's super cute. And instead, I'm going to just glue that down. Now, these would be cute if you just put them in, if you have a paper that's pretty in your book that you might like to just put it on top of, or you can also put a picture behind it, but you would need to make your frame to the size of the picture if you're going to do that. So, and I'm just going to do it like that. I think that's cute as can be. I love making frames, and I don't know if it might need a button. Oops, it would need a green button, wouldn't it? Now your buttons, you can cut this knob off of the back if you don't like it. That might be a little thick knob. It might be harder to get off. So I'm not going to struggle with it right now. Here's a green button. Sew that on with some embroidery thread would be pretty. I want it about right there. You can jazz them up however. They're just really cute. So and just because they have 4 buttons doesn't always mean that you need to do all 4 buttons, you know? I'm kind of it doesn't really matter to me. I leave enough. Okay, I don't always, but I try to leave enough that I can tie and not waste my string. So I just think this adds a little bit extra to it. and make a square knot, which is right over the left side, and then you go left over the right side in order to tie it off. If my little fat fingers would help. There we go. That's a little long. Get rid of some of it. And I think that's adorable. So just an idea. You can, you know, you can leave them, do them. Let's see, do I have, let me do one of these little ones. And, you know, think about direction too. If they're not too long for your journal, you could do them the other direction as well. Let's see what I have for this one. This is kind of thin material here. I don't know. I may not like it. Actually, that might, oh, I don't know, stripes and stripes. I don't know. And you can make it go, you know, the opposite direction. So that's why, like with this one, if you wanted it, you might want it to go this way. So if you leave it, so you put a word or something on it, then, you know, I see that that still is off. Just a little bit. There we go. My kitties come to visit. Isn't that sweet? Not really. Let's see. It needs a little sparkly something. Hang on. Oops, that's gold. I want gold. How about red? Let's do this red sparkle. Here, I got some over here already cut somewhat. It might be too much red. I just like to leave strips. I might put this under that and then put that. And what else? I feel like it needs something else sparkly. Hang on. Sorry. Whoops, I don't want silver. I like buying different netty type stuff for these projects. Oh, here's a piece already cut. That might be too much, but we'll see. I'm going to just sew on this to get it down on. This might need to be green. Hang on. How about this? That's kind of cute. Adds a little bit of, let's get rid of that little edge right there. Okay. I'm squishing it together a little more, I think. Just make sure you catch all your layers. If you don't catch your layers, then you'll have an issue down the road. And we don't want issues. No, we don't. Uh-oh. He ran down the stairs. That means he's going to pick on Dad. Okay. So this might be kind of a thick border, but, you know, decide if you like it or not. Do you want it hanging off, maybe? Is it too much? It might be too big for this one. Whoops, get that off of me. And instead of doing that there, you could put this over here. Put it here. I'm going to leave it off just because you never know. Actually, that don't look so bad. And then if you put it, let me try. Let me get a word or a phrase. Oh, I was going to put this on there, wasn't I? Oh, well. Let's see if I have a word or something. How about some of these? I mean, that might be cute with a little gold, maybe, or, you know, if you put it there and put this over it. What do you think of that instead? That might be better. I like that. Okay, let's do it. I'm I'm going to cut it down though, so it's a little bit, and I'm going to round the corners and hand do this while I'm doing it. Because some of the corners are rounded and some of them are not. So I'm just going to round them all. Sometimes I like to not use the corner rounder, you know. I just like to do it. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to glue this down. Get my finger working right. Did I want that down? I want it down a little bit. Okay. This kind of glue eats through some of this foil looking stuff, so you got to be careful if you get it in the wrong spot. There we go. Anyway, just some ideas for you. Play around. Oops, look at that. The foil kind of cut funny under my cutter. The blade must have been a little bit, just a little bit weak. Anyway, I think they're cute. There's one. You can leave them plain, and you can doll them up. And of course, this one can go this way, and add something to this one, a word or something, depending which side you're going to go with. But add those in a Christmas journal. You know, on a page, it would look so cute just to accent something that's on the page. Or, for instance, if you have a Christmas gift here, I mean, that would be kind of cute just to do that. Cut the bottom off there, I think. Anyway, just some ideas. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, you know, please subscribe if you would like, and share it and ring the bell. And I will see you next time. Remember, your day is full of choices, so choose joy. Have a great day.